One of my favorite things that we can do in our Tesla Model Y here behind me is camp out in it overnight, especially in inclement weather. And as you can see right now, I'm in the fall in the mountains in Utah, and it is actually raining on me right now. And it's supposed to be raining a lot more tonight. I have my lovely wife Jessica here with me in the car, and we're out on just a couple trips, so we don't have the kids with us. So we do fit in the Model Y just fine. If, for instance, we were going camping this weekend in a tent, and the weather was already this bad where it's starting to rain, we potentially would have called off the trip, or maybe would still do it, but in this case, I think we probably just wouldn't. It's gonna get really cold tonight as well. It's supposed to get down close to freezing, close to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, because we are in October. And so it's really nice to be able to sleep in the Tesla Model Y and keep the climate control on all night. So we'll be able to be perfectly comfortable in there regardless of how hot or cold it is outside. And then with a mattress, it's really comfortable, at least in my experience with other mattresses. I've reviewed 2 in the past, and I can put a card above to the mattresses that I've reviewed before. And then the last thing that's really convenient is when you put window coverings on all of the windows in the car, which I made a video about as well, which I'll link to above. You can keep it completely dark inside the car, and it's also great for privacy. Now, in our particular case here, we're up in the mountains. There's nobody within a long distance of us. We can't really hear or see any other campers here, so that's convenient for us in this particular location. But if you're camping in, I don't know, maybe a Walmart parking lot, if you're just on a road trip and you just need a place to stay for the night, it's really nice to be able to put up those window coverings to make it dark if you're sleeping when it's not dark, and also just for privacy's sake. So the intention tonight is to test out this new mattress that we got. You can see Havnby sent us this Tesla Model Y mattress. I believe it can probably be used in other Teslas as well, but it has a built-in pump, and I thought that sounds pretty convenient, so let's try it out. So I'm going to show you first what comes in this bag that it came with, and then we'll get it set up, and then we'll test it out tonight for the first time. First off, you can see we have folded down our middle row of seats. We have the 7-seater Model Y, and so this is the 2 seats here in the back. Those are folded down as well. And then the middle row in our 7-seater, we can slide it forward and backward. And so we've slid it all the way forward, so there's a gap here. And what that does is it gives us some more support on the mattress up at the headroom, and then this little gap here isn't felt because it's fully supported on each side. And with, you know, a foam mattress, there's enough support where you're laying here that I have never felt the gap there myself anyway. So let's get into opening this up. You can see they've got a really fun zipper pattern here. You can see it's the silhouette of a car for the zipper handles there. And then this is the shrink wrapped mattress as it comes. And this is interesting because it looks like it could almost be reusable. It's got like, it looks like a Ziploc edge here maybe. You can see the handle there on the Ziploc. And then it's got the fitting here for the vacuum. I believe this is just, you know, packaging meant for the shipping, not necessarily long-term storage. It's got a strap around here to hold it tight. And as it stands in its current state, it's probably as small as it's ever going to be. I'll see how small I can get this in the morning when we're done with it. But that's one of the struggles that I've had with past mattresses, that they don't pack down very tightly, and we potentially don't have a lot of space in the car. It depends, it can. So we'll open that up in just a second, but I wanted to show some of the other accessories that it comes with. So this is a fun touch. It comes with 2 masks. One of the sleeping masks has more of an orange tint here on the back and front, and silver, and then this one's just gray on both sides. And then it has an extension cord here. This is a 12-volt power socket extension cord. So depending on your car, the layout, and where the power sockets are, you might need this because the pump is built into the mattress, which I like that feature. You can see in the Model Y, we have one right here, and there's another one up in the center console. So we're definitely good. We probably won't need this, but maybe we will, I don't know. And then in this package, we have some sheets here, mattress, foam mattress sheet. So I'll put that on and show you what that looks like. And then lastly, we have the instructions here. Looks like they kept them pretty simple, and so we'll follow these and see how it goes. So back to the main device, you can see here this is a Ziploc there, so I can open that up and now it's letting the air in. So we'll open this up. There we go. It's got this one strap, pretty simple basic clasp there. And then we can unfold the main mattress. So they've got it, it's like folded here in thirds. And then right here is the built-in pump. So they've got a controller here. It says deflate, off, and then inflate. So that's the controls there. And then it has this little door here on it. This is the 12-volt power socket that's going to power it. And it has a little Velcro strap here to hold that there. So the built-in cord is so long. It looks like it's, I don't know, 18 inches or so. Not terribly long, so that's probably why it came with the extension cord. And then along the sides of it, it has these buttons that are holding it folded in half this way. So you gotta undo, let's see, 2, looks like there's probably 3, yep, 3 of those buttons to open it up the rest of the way. This is what it looks like after just having unrolled it. It's not inflated yet, of course. They've got Havnby here on the face, and it's all shriveled still because it doesn't have any air in it. And then this is the cord, and the pump is right here. And you can see it's fitted to the shape of the car. You can see that cut in right there. And so this is clearly the layout that it's supposed to have. And then it has the cord right here, which perfectly lines with going into this 12-volt power socket right here, which right now we have our test fridge plugged into it. You can see the test fridge is right here, and we have food in there, but this is going to work just fine because obviously we can temporarily unplug the fridge and then pump up our mattress and then plug the fridge back in. Now, upon plugging the mattress in, you can see nothing happened because the switch is set to off. So now I'm going to just turn on the inflate option. And look at that. I love it. The other mattresses we've had, one of them you have to hold the pump into the fill hole. The second one holds itself on, but it's still a separate pump, which could be nice in some very circumstances if you wanted to use the pump elsewhere. But I love that this is built in. And then in this case, there's no battery to maintain with the pump because it's just using the Tesla battery being plugged into the 12-volt power socket. And it is filling up quite quickly. You can see right here how fast that's inflating. And as you saw on the pump, it has a deflate option. So that's going to help us to vacuum it, suck it down really tight, getting all the air out of it in the morning so it'll pack more tightly in the car while you're traveling. So it's only been a short period of time and it's already feeling pretty good actually. And you can obviously vary the amount that you inflate this based on how firm you like your mattress. This is a combination of foam and air mattress. So it has a nice foam feel to it, but it also packs down smaller when obviously you're done with it. So I think that's pumped up enough for us. So I'm just gonna turn the dial over here. There we go, perfect. Love it. And then also here on the dial, you can see between the off or the on, it just says plush. You can just turn it and it lets air out. So that would be how you can adjust the plushness of your mattress by just turning this dial. And to just let out air, you don't need electricity. So you could have it be unplugged and just turn that dial a little bit and let out air. Now I'm going to get the fitted sheet put on it and show you what that looks like. So it just comes with one fitted sheet and it has kind of this suede feel to it here on the top. And then the bottom is more silky. And then it has a top here, a tag that says top, and then it has tags on the sides. But the top is the inside part of the car. So Jessica's gonna help me with pulling the sheet up there to those top corners, and then I'm gonna pull it down here to these bottom corners. So it has elastic all the way around it on all sides, but it doesn't come with a top sheet. So if you want a top sheet, obviously bring one. This is now the finished mattress filled up and with the sheet on it. And then of course we're still gonna put our pillows and bedding and such. But what do you think of it, Jessica, just at first look?
Looks nice, fills the space, the sheets fit good, the mattress fits good.
I like how it fits right along the edge of the door and then follows the contour along here. So it's giving you maximum space that you have available. And then just something to note is the car, the seats do angle just up a little bit in the front end of the car. So if you are able to, it's better to park on a slight downhill slope so that the bed will be more level in that case. We're talking a difference of 3 or 4 inches, it's not huge. In this case, we are parked downhill, so it should be about perfect. And here is the final look, which obviously you can't see the mattress anymore because we have a blanket on it, but we have our pillows up there. And so we're gonna put the car into camp mode and we're gonna put it to a comfortable temperature that we like. And then also we have the skylight so we can see the sky. And we have a Starlink suction cup as well, which we'll probably turn off when we go to bed, but that's nice because then we can have high-speed internet anywhere that we go. And there's some thunder. And this is a great example of where it's really nice to be able to Tesla camp because you can be perfectly comfortable and warm and dry inside the car, regardless of the temperature, the wind, the rain, anything. Oh shoot, I spoke too soon. It is really coming down now and you can see it's hail. So hopefully our car doesn't get too hammered with the hail, but right now it's small enough hail that it won't damage the car. But I'm gonna get in the car because I'm getting soaking wet. Wow, we started filming that just in the nick of time.
You could not have planned that better.
No. And so, yeah, it's going to be a great place to sleep tonight, here comfortable in the car. Also, as an aside, right now we are at 60% on the battery. So I'm going to share what temperature we kept this at all night and what the state of charge is in the morning to show how much energy keeping it in camp mode consumes. And of course that depends on the difference, the delta between your set temperature here and the ambient temperature outside, which right now is 49 degrees Fahrenheit. We finished watching a movie, and you can see now it's 8:30 p.m. and you can see the battery has gone down to 55%. So we haven't gone to bed yet, but we've lost 5%, which is fine. But look at the ambient temperatures down to 30 degrees. And then I turned on the headlights and lo and behold, it's snowing. So we're at a little too high of elevation, and we're gonna go driving down in elevation before we get snowed in here. You can see right there is where we were parked. Well, at least we're not in a hurry. And also it's great that we're getting out of here before the snow builds up, because we're going down a fairly steep road, at least in some parts of it. And that would be bad if it was really deep snow. So I'm glad that we are noticing this. Before, I looked up the weather forecast and there was no snow in the forecast for this area, but being up in the mountains, obviously the weather is different than the nearby cities, and the weather forecasts don't let you just put in GPS coordinates. So this is an exciting adventure, right, Jess?
Oh yeah.
This snow is coming down thick and fast, but we found a little parking lot area here right on the side of the road that should be safe from getting stranded. So Jessica, how did you sleep last night?
It was great, very comfortable.
Yeah. I love air mattresses like this that have some foam component to them, because they have a much softer feel to them. They don't move around. You don't move your partner around as much as you move on the bed and things like that. As to the situation with the weather last night, you can see out the side window here, the ground is covered with some snow, but it actually didn't snow all night, so we're not snowed in or anything like that. And you can see out also the ceiling, and so it was piled up with snow for a while, but it has now melted off. The energy consumption last night, with the temperatures outside being right around 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and this morning being around the same, and the inside temperature set to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, it consumed 1.25% of the battery every hour overnight. So just plan on that, depending on how long you're going to be camped out for. In my experience in the past, in the summer, when it's really hot and oppressive outside and it's set to about 65 degrees Fahrenheit on the inside of the car, it consumes about the same amount, around 10% overnight. And so now to pack up this thing, looking back at the dial, you can see it has deflate here in this direction. So push it down that way and you can see it holds on to it. And I can feel the air blowing out here. Now, one thing I would mention is that there is a chemical smell on this mattress, so potentially I recommend unboxing it, taking it out of its packaging, and letting it off gas for a while before you use it for the first time. It kind of smells like fingernail polish, is the foam chemical smell. But I expect that will go away over time, because our other mattresses have done the same thing. You can see it getting all wrinkly here as it's sucking the air out, and you can probably see it collapsing downward. I'm going to leave the pump running, and then I'm going to get these snaps snapped up longwise. And I guess the cord is a little short there, so to pull this to the side. It's kind of nice that these snaps are included. It keeps it lined up longwise, just like that. I'm gonna just fold it about right here. And pushing down on it should help to get more of the air out. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the pump. Of course, make sure to keep your strap somewhat nearby. There we go. The other air mattresses that I have fold up just in round circles, similar to sleeping bags. This one I think needs to fold in thirds because of the pump. It's kind of this big. So I guess maybe it could roll up. You can see that's how compact it gets. So it's a little bit more flat. Now, obviously I can put it back in its carrying case, but just to give you an idea, this is how small it packs down. And this will definitely fit in the frunk or down in the sub trunk. Overall, I'm very happy with this mattress. And if you're interested in picking up one for yourself, I will include a link in the description below to this Havnby air mattress. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.